everybody. Welcome to Sapo Saturday's Scratch Track Sessions. You got your boy, ASAP Froggy, Mr. The One, the Only, Bingus Frog.
Feeling frogtastic. What's up? Hopping up onto the mic now is Body Bagg Jonez. We are so excited to have him here. ASAP Froggy, as we've mentioned. So we're in this like whole frog universe here. I don't know how much you know about it, but I'm Bingus Frog. That's ASAP Froggy over there.
I like it.
But ASAP Froggy was, we've said before that he's done some shooting for Spin magazine, which is awesome, and he was at a Cypress Hill performance that Spin was doing some work at, and Body Bagg was one of the performers that was opening up. The two of them connected at this performance because, ASAP's always connecting with everyone, we'll talk about how the two of them connected because he told me that story, and as usual, it's pretty interesting. But
it's kind of wild, actually, man.
Welcome, Body Bagg, and thank you so much for being here.
Oh, man, thank you for having me. I'm just excited to be here, man.
Yeah, this is awesome. So before you walked in, we were talking to Winebags, who's another artist out there in the Twitter spaces. Got a lot of stuff in the NFT market that he's trying to have people mint. And his new collection that he was just telling us about is basically he created all these music stems. He uploaded them into this program that now anyone that mints from his collection will get a different variation of those combination of stems. And there ultimately could be 20,000 different things that come out of that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's just from like pushing the mint button, like in the Web3 universe, that's crazy.
It's
so
wild.
Cool. That's so cool.
Does it automatically generates itself?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Once you like buy it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's unbelievable.
Right?
I've never heard anything
heavy,
like that.
bro.
So that's pretty
crazy.
cool. And that's something that we should look into.
Yeah, totally.
Utilizing that technology because that's
totally
fucking cool.
And that's kind of what we do on our show here is make like scratch tracks with some of the artists that come through, and we have like a bunch of stems from all these shows that we've made, and it's wild.
Oh,
but
man. I might have to rap over mine, man.
Dude. And like
hopefully that's the plan.
And I was working this Cypress Hill event, you walked out onto the carpet, like you were one of the first people. I don't know, like I was filming and we just connected. I don't know if you remember that moment where you were like standing on the step and repeat, and you had just walked in the door, and like I don't know if you saw the video that Cypress Hill reposted from that event, but like
no, I didn't see their video.
You're in it a few times, but yeah, like you looked at my camera and you like pointed and you're like, "Are you filming right now?"
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, that was like the first moment, and like the other camera guy that was filming with me, like he has that moment from his camera.
Wow.
So it's like me filming you, and then like I stop filming and I come like hug you.
I need
within that like first moment. That like that's the first second we saw each other. I was like, "Oh, dude, what's up?" And then when we were on stage, I was on the stage and you were performing, and there was a few people coming for. Everyone was great, but there was something about you that like I was like, "Damn, that guy's like," and I was like right next to you on stage. Like there was a couple times we looked at each other on stage, and I'm just like, "Damn, this guy's tight." And then I forgot something in my car right like 10 minutes before Cypress Hill's going. I'm like, oh my God, I got to like run to my car, and you're standing outside.
Yes, sir.
I was in a rut, but I had to be like, dude, you were one of the best ones. I got to come give you another hug.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to come right back, but I had to stop and say something to you, man. It was just like you're that kind of vibe and energy, but we definitely want to hear about like how did you start, man? Like
Yeah, well, first of all, where are you from?
I'm from Long Beach, California.
Okay, so LBC.
So,
Let's go. So, and who were people that you listened to coming up?
Obviously Snoop, Dre, the whole G-Funk movement, Warren G, Nate Dogg, those dudes. Pretty much everybody from Dog Pound, Daz, Corrupt, Badass, that. A lot of Jay-Z. I used to be like a Jay-Z head. It was crazy. Lil Wayne, Ludacris. Ludacris to me is highly underrated. Like
Old Ludacris, yes.
Yeah. No, he still got it like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. He been doing a couple freestyles, dude. It's like
I don't know. Maybe
right
I guess just like he's so cringe in the Fast movies now.
Yeah,
in my
right?
opinion, that like
it's like if Tyrese came back to sing and you like, bro, you were just roaming right like
it's like I don't know, but no, I guess I might have to check that out.
Missy Elliott,
hell yeah,
Erykah Badu, pretty much a lot of stuff because growing up, my dad is the reason why I'm so into music.
Okay.
Like we used to, me, him, and my brother, we used to clean the backyard every Saturday, you know, in the morning.
Yeah.
And he used to have the iPod, you know, the silver one, the metal one.
Yeah.
And he used to just put the shit on shuffle, and it'd go from like Coltrane to E40 to Sade to fucking the Beatles. Fucking, I'm like, dude, what is going on? There's so much shit going on, but most of those, I would say, like R&B, hip hop artists is what I gravitated towards a lot, only because just through hearing the songs he was playing throughout those iPods, especially like the B-sides that would come on, not the songs you would hear on the radio, it opened up my eyes to like artist range, you know, because I'm so used to hearing rap one way because of the radio or like commercially, but just listen through those songs with my dad, I'm like, damn, I didn't know like this dude was doing this. I didn't know that she sang like this, like, you know, so it kind of opened up my ear and my mind to actually what music could sound like other than what they give us on the radio.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point because they sort of like, you know, cultivate a certain image for the artist that the artist may not even have if you look at them in total, right? If you look at all of their work, but it's like, this is what we want to push forward because it'll sell the most or it'll get the most listens. And it's like,
that might only be like 2% of actually you.
Yeah, and
they're like,
and
we're
you
gonna
could-
now make this 100% of you.
And in reality, if you showed all sides, you could probably open up the demographic even wider, but you know.
Totally.
Perfect example of that, not to just get off track, but DMX. DMX is one of the artists that I heard growing up. I'm like, oh, flesh is my flesh. Like, but then when I started listening to him, I'm like, this is a deep dude.
Right.
You know, like, he's really deep and a very spiritual dude. But if I had not listened to his body of work, I would not know that. If I just went off what the radio played me or what I see on MTV, BT, then I would think that.
He's only that.
Yeah, that image. Yeah, like, nah.
So how old were you once you decided to get started with music or even just started writing some lyrics or that sort of thing?
I think I wrote my first rap when I was like 16.
Okay.
I rapped it to my brother. It was like...
And what did your brother think? He said, this is trash or what?
No, he was like, well, that's pretty good. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, because...
support right away. That's always a good thing.
I started out, like, I would say like middle school, high school. Like I write poetry because it was like I liked the way words rhyme. I like putting words together and stuff like that. And then obviously when I started liking girls, I started writing it for girls.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then I met my boy Brennan in the 10th grade, I want to say. And no, 11th grade, 10th, 11th grade. And he got me, you know, into like the rap. He's like, bro, you good at poetry. Like, you ever thought about rapping? He was rapping. I was like, I never really tried it. So I started rapping. And that's when I put my first rap together. I let my brother hear it. He was like, bro, that was pretty good. Like, so then from there, I was always like the freestyle guy. Like, I did like battles at school. Like, me and him was like the tag team deal. Like, we'd do battles at school and whatnot. And then from there, it just, you know, just progressed. I was with a group of friends. We started a entertainment, ENT group together. It was called LMKR back in the day. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Compton AV, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So I started out with him, me and like we all started out together. And at that time, I didn't really take it serious. It wasn't something like I like pursued. I was just like the dog. Like, oh, y'all rapping? Don't worry about that. Hey, bro, come check it out. Like, I was that guy. And then I didn't start taking it serious, like actually recording the stuff until I was like mid-20s. And then I would say like the last like 5 years, 5, 6, like I've been taking it a lot more serious.
What does LMKR stand for?
Label Me Crack Rated. I know it was wild, right? So it was 3 groups smashed into like one. It was a female group called LMB, Label Me Bomb. And then AV had his group, Crack City, because they were like battle rappers or whatever. And then we were X-rated. So when we all came together, we was like, we need to come up with a name. We was like, fuck, we'll just take the beginning of this one.
Hey, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, and that shit fucking set LA on fire.
Are you still signed into my Spotify over there?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so why don't you pull up some Body Bagg stuff, and do you want us to play something off of Boogeyman first, or do you want us to play something else?
Oh, Boogeyman for sure.
Boogeyman
it's
for
my
sure.
favorite.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Body Bagg Jonez, a.k.a. the Boogeyman. So tell me where the origin of these names come from.
Okay, so wild story. Okay, so I actually have three names. You know what I'm saying? I have my government name, and then my name was Captain. That's what I'm known for. Like if I take you guys out with me and you meet people that I know, they're gonna address me as Captain. Captain, what's up? Like that was my nickname, which was actually a funny story given to me by my dad. Because when I started hanging out with my boys from X-Rated or whatever, like that, everybody had a nickname except for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, we can't be going around calling you by your name. Everybody has a nickname, bro. We can't, it's not gonna look right. I'm like, bro, I don't know what to call myself. I'm like, cool, whatever. So I bounced around a couple names. They didn't really sit well. And then one day my dad pulls up to the block and he was like, Captain AR. And they was like, bro, that's your name.
That's so cool.
We're gonna call you Captain. So like, they called me Captain. They dropped the AR, was just Captain for a while. And then I was in a situation with a label called LMG, Live is Music Group. Mm-hmm. And I was in a group at the time, me and my best friend, rest in peace, Simo. And it basically came to a point where, one of us wanted more than the other,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of went our separate ways. So with that, I was telling my engineer and basically the dude who was helping running the label at the time, I was like, I want to remake myself. You know what I mean? The identity of Captain is attached to all of that, mm-hmm. And I want something that can give me individual identity. Mm-hmm. So we were recording one day, and before the beginning of a song, I'm like, Body Bagg Jonez, get my body bag on. So he stopped. He said, bro, what was that? I was like, what? He was like, bro, what was that? I'm like, what? He said, what did you just say? I was like, Body Bagg Jonez. He was like, bro, run with that. And it started out as like a little moniker of me, like, like my AKA, like when I know I'm about to kill something, like I'm not Captain, I'm Body Bagg Jonez. And then Body Bagg Jonez just stuck. And then from there, I just start, body bag and everything. And then that's how the Boogeyman came about, because it got to a point to where like we started noticing like, man, these dudes kind of scared to do songs with you, like there's some dudes like don't want to get washed. So I'm like, okay, cool. They were like that. So then I started calling myself the Boogeyman. You feel me? The Boogeyman about the Boogeyman. I mean, I'm about to boogie on this track. I'm about to get loose. Yeah. And then that stuck. So awesome. I think my first project I did, Great Black Shark, I have a song called The Boogeyman on there. So, and then once I did that,
that was the first introduction of the Boogeyman.
Yeah, my dude was like, bro, that is like, you have the sickest name ever. I'm like, bro, thanks. He was like, no, bro, you have no idea how
that's hard.
And it was funny, contrary to belief, they didn't really like it. Well, the majority of the people at the label and stuff, like, they didn't really like it. It was like, the name's too long. I'm like, I'm like, run with it. They're gonna love it. They're like, I don't know, it's too long. I'm like, they're gonna love it. Trust me. And I'm like, all right, cool. The first time that I officially got my name stamped as like the coolest name ever, I went to a listing event, I believe, and what's his name? He raps with Problem. I forgot his name, but I went to a listening event. Boom, it was like a major artist, and my boy introduced me to him, like, yeah, this is my artist, Body Bagg Jonez. He said, bro, what's your name? I said, I'm Body Bagg Jonez. He said, bro, whoa, hold on. Say it again. He said, bro, did you hear what he just said? I'm like, Body Bagg Jonez. He said, bro, that's the tightest fucking name I've ever heard of. I said, bro, see, I told you.
Yeah. Is the label here right now?
Yeah,
is everyone hearing this?
Like, videotape this, man.
Yeah, please. And now I wish it was like, I wish I was something we documented, because like, they don't understand. Like, bro, they was like really hard on me changing my name. I'm like, no. I was like, trust me. Then once he put the stamp on it, they're like, yo, it went back to the office. Like, no, he's keeping his name. Keep the name, bro.
That's sick. Well, I want to hear some of your shit. I think we have it loaded up right now. You got the Boogeyman over there?
The track or the album?
The album.
I got the album. What track should I play off the album?
One of my favorites. Play Tim Taylor Freestyle.
Tim Taylor Freestyle.
That's one of the songs I performed at the Cypress Hill show.
Hell yeah.
All right, this is the Boogeyman, a.k.a. Body Bagg Jonez, with ASAP.
Tim Taylor Freestyle.
Let's run it.
Yeah, this shit an instant classic. Buy my own weed, little nigga, I ain't gon' pass shit. I had it on my classes, winking at the girls in the hallway, smacking their asses. Let me find out. You niggas back hating, got the fans back waiting, man. I hope they back patient. Yeah, little nigga, so what the lick read? I was watching pit bulls giving Pinky the fish feed. I was riding low rider bikes, you was on 6 speeds. You looking at a thoroughbred nigga, you just a mixed breed. Kinda like my chicks be, like my bills crispy. Down in my simply, whoa, a nigga tipsy. Ashamed of this shit that these niggas call rap. Man, I'm looking at they lines and I see all cap. My bitch bad and that G mean, eyes all black. I feel like Keenan and Kill cause my shit all that. Nigga, welcome to your funeral. At your viewing, had your family traumatized. Like, what the fuck did he do to you? Out the box and unusual. With the clearest view. I call my shooter Tim Taylor cause he keep a two. Shit, you can eat with us, grab a plate or two. And conversate about all the shit that we made it through. Yeah. And thank God he had his grace with you. It feel different when real niggas can relate with you.
So is that just straight off the dome?
Believe it or not, all my songs are.
That's so cool.
Stop
man.
I don't
Stop it
I don't write
right
anything.
now.
I don't write anything.
And lower that
That's
over
so
there for
cool,
him.
dude.
I don't write. I'll like do a couple punches. What I usually do is I'll hear the beat. You know what I'm saying? I come with a concept, whatever. I'll lay the hook right away, and then I'll do a couple punches, like probably like 4 bars at a time, and then I'll go back and I just do the whole thing so it sounds clean.
Unbelievable. So cool. So I mean, I guess that answers my question. Do you write anything down on your phone as like you think of those things like? So as a former poet, there's nothing in you that feels like I have this desire to write. You just want it to come off fresh, or like is it
That's
a
so
matter
cool.
of it comes off differently on the mic? Like, have you ever tried writing something in advance?
Yeah, I used to write all the time. That was the thing. Again, like shout out to Jay Ali. You know, my engineer when I was at LMG. Like we been together for forever now. But excuse me. He kind of introduced the concept to me because I'm a overthinker. Like I analyze stuff a lot. Like especially myself. Like I'll write something. Like he'd tell you. Like it's take me like an hour to write a verse because I'm overthinking. I keep rethinking. I can say something better. I can say something better. I can say something better. So one day he's like, bro, you freestyle so well. Like, why don't you try to use that with your shit? I'm like, well, I've never tried it before. Well, fuck it, let's go. Like, so that's how I learned how to record like that. You know, like I'll come up with like 4 bars, 4 to 8 depends. You know what I'm saying? That how fast I'm on it or how much I like the beat. For a bar, I go lay that down and he'll play it like twice, 2 or 3 times. Boom, I come up with like the 4 more, 2 here, there, boom, put it together. I'm like, damn, that shit came out pretty good. So then, like, we spent the whole session just me not writing anything, and from there it just.
And you were surprised at what you could do yourself.
Very much so. Yes.
And that's kind of a
really
testament
cool.
to like digging deep and you know not having that that negative sort of viewpoint on yourself and really opening yourself up to the possibilities of, you know what, shit, I could do anything if I try.
Very much so.
Totally. And like I was watching these videos where John Mayer was talking about how he writes, and he's kind of would like play something, and he calls it Ouija boarding, where you're just kind of like, and that's kind of what I feel like you're doing, but you're not doing it in the writing process. You're Ouija boarding live,
Yes,
like
sir.
in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Which is like the next step of like
It's a whole nother level.
like yeah, you're like channeling
Yes, sir.
and like and that bro that, like that's why we connected, man. Like that's
sure.
that's why it was like
And honestly,
I could feel that.
I still surprise myself now doing that shit. You know, like
And that's the fucking coolest part
Yeah.
about that is because you put your walls down in that moment, and you're just like I'm saying, you're channeling. You're
you're a conduit for the music.
Yes.
We've talked about that
You're
before. sure.
living your art. You're living your
for
feeling.
sure. And I got so good to the point it was like, I did a song with my boy Anthony Durrell, and he's like, bro, I want you to say something about her having her boyfriend's ex-boyfriend's tattoo on her, but she had to cover up and like that. And I came with some shit right on the spot. He opens the door. He's like, bro, no way you just fucking did that. I said, what? I'm like, bro, I can't believe I fucking, I'm like, bro, I'm just as surprised as you. Like, shit, like, I thought I was going to struggle with it, but like you said, like, for some, I don't know, it's like something else
It's your
come out of
talent.
me. Yeah, it's
That's what you do.
And I lock in, and like even like my homies to tell you when they come to the studio with me, like I'm a whole different guy. Like I'm not this guy you see right here. Like I'm like a bully in the studio.
So okay, so speaking of the studio, so you started off writing poetry, then you kind of group up with LMKR. At what point do you get into the studio for the first time?
I got into the studio for the first time, actually while I was still with LMKR. Like I said, me and my best friend Recipes were in a group at the time, and for the most part, everyone as a collective, we were pushing AV. That was like our foot in, and then our management at the time, they just seen the talent and the influence me and Simo had, so they put us to the side. They're like, yo, why don't you guys do something? Like, we see how much people love you. And it was like, Cap, you could rap your ass off. Like, bro, like, what are y'all doing? Like, so I'm like, fuck it, let's try it. Like, bro, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I used to even help him write his raps too, because I'm like, bro, we got to make some shit, bro. You feel me? We got to come out the gate on fire. So I think we did our first project. That was like in 2000, what? Damn, forever ago. I said like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we did that, and that was like the only one we did. And then we did another project, I'll say like years later after we left the LMKR collective. And that actually, to me, I would say that was the first time we actually did a real like project. We did like I think it was like a 7-10 song mixtape called Fuck With Me DJ, and it was like all party shit. But that was our first time we ever like locked in and was like, yo, like we gotta put something together for real. Because the LMKR situation, it was more so like recording when we can. You know what I mean? Like we have a group session, and then like everyone leaves, and then me and him stick around and we do our show. We come early, we do our shit. But when we did that one, when we was with We On Mars, and shout out to my boy AC, because he fucking saved our lives. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, because we went through 2 bad situations, and then when we met him, had We On Mars, and then that's when things took off for us. That's kind of how we got the situation with LMG. It's because of the We On Mars thing when we dropped that Fuck With Me DJ, and I don't know, this shit just felt good because it was actually something we made, something that we wanted to create, and that was a process that we did from the beats to the sounds to everything. Like we like, no, we don't want this, we want that, we want it to sound like this, we want it to sound like that. So that was really like the first time, to me, in my eyes, where we actually really, really locked in the studio and really put in the effort and the time and the emotion to really make something.
So
Super
LMG
cool.
was the first management that you were signed to, right?
No, LMKR was.
Oh, LMKR was the management.
Yeah, no, LMKR was the group. Well, group and management. Then from there, we went to We On Mars with my big bro AC out in LA. And then from there, we went to LMG.
So how did LMKR form to begin with?
It was shit. It was just a bunch of dudes who like to have a good time, I'm just, because it was in the era, like the jerk era, you know what I'm saying, people call it. But I call it the ENT era because I was in the streets. Because I guess so that's what it was. The biggest thing was like ENTs, you know what I mean? So
I guess what I'm trying to put together is how it kind of connected in terms of you being under management, because you say that like with LMKR that was the first management, but it sounds like guys coming together. So where does the management come into play to where like you were under maybe not a label, but under some sort of management, someone was guiding you, directing you into opportunities that were going to make this feasible as an actual career?
That's all praise to moms and pops, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Pops too, David Lindley. They kind of like found us. They been in the game for quite some time. Pops, he used to work with Snoop Dogg, like Dog Pound, all of them. Like he knows all the Battle Cat, everybody. And I believe they came to an event and we were performing there, and they were like, dude, like, who the fuck are these guys? Like, like she literally, mom's watching, she was like, I was like, who the fuck are they? Like, she was like, I had to come talk to you guys. So, I would say it stemmed from that. Like, we were just doing our thing, like we always do, because we were throwing our own parties, putting on our own shows, having all of our people out. Mind you, LMKR is like 150 people deep already. Like, seriously, no exaggeration. So we got all these people coming to all these shows, and to the outside looking at it, like that shit looks crazy. Like, bro, you guys really got damn near 100 people here, and they know y'all shit. Like,
And at that point, was it really just about you guys having fun and doing what you loved, or were you looking at this as a career play?
at the time, it was just doing what we loved.
Yeah.
It was just something that we did naturally.
And you know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again: do what you love, and the success will follow.
Hey,
That's amazing.
very much true. Because, again, at the time, we was just having fun. We were throwing our parties. We having our little shit. We good right now. You know what I'm saying? From our standpoint, like, we think we good. But thanks to them, they showed us, like, no, there's so much more.
Right.
You know, and then from there,
So talk about how that evolved into you becoming a solo artist.
it's I feel like it's just anything in life, you know, just trial and error. You know what I mean? Being in situations and trying to figure yourself out. And then, again, at the time I was young. You know, I'm 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I'm still trying to figure myself out, you know.
At that point, maybe you felt like you needed that sense of support from the other guys,
Yeah.
and weren't ready to branch off on your own
For
yet.
sure. And I also think it was just me grooming myself and honing my skill, you know, because at the time when I first started, I didn't know what a fucking 16 was. I didn't know what a bridge was. I didn't know what a hook was. I didn't know any of this shit. So I pretty much self-educated myself, to be honest with you. Like, nobody sat me down and was like, this is a 16. This is a bridge. This is where a song break. Like, nobody taught me that shit. I learned.
And
all
where did
shit
that
on my own.
education come from? YouTube or
No, just listening to music.
Okay.
And just picking up on the verbiage, music verbiage, like, oh, a 16, a hook, a bridge, a breakdown. But I'm like, okay, what the fuck is all this? So then, now that I'm listening to music on my own, I say, oh,
With
so
that
verse,
intention.
yeah, so that verse, this is 16 because, okay, it's 16 lines. Oh, okay, I get it. Boom. So then I started structuring music. I started big on music structure, putting songs together. You know what I mean? And before I even recorded, I was writing. I was writing for other people. Like, I wrote pop music, bro. Like, for real. Like, so it was that pretty much showed me how to do what I do now. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a part that we're missing a lot in songs is structure. You know what I mean? Like, where's the breakdown, bro? Can we get a bridge? You know what I mean? Like, can we get a meaningful hook? Can we get a beat change? You know, shit like that. So just, again, self-taught, studying, you know what I'm saying, honing my skills. And then, again, just situations not working out, you know, bumping heads with old members and then moving on to a situation. And then, again, as I was saying before with my best friend, it was just a matter of me knowing what I wanted. Once I knew that I really wanted this shit the way I wanted, like, and I understood how good I was, and I gained that confidence, I felt like, okay, maybe it is time for me to explore this thing the way that I want to. And
were there hard feelings when you went off on your own, or no?
at first, yeah, of course, you know,
Yeah, it always goes down like that.
especially with me and my best friend, because we were together through all of this shit. Like, from the beginning to the end, it was always me and him. And then when we got to MG and it got to that point to where we had to branch off, you know, that was like our baby. You know, it's kind of like.
Do you think that he felt like if without you he didn't have an opportunity? Was it something like that?
No, not necessarily. It was more so of a. How can I put it? It was something that we built together, and it was hard to let it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt deep down he was going to associate that with us separating. But, you know, I'm like, nah, bro, you're my brother. I would never leave you. You know what I mean? And we're always going to do music together. Like, bro, you're my best friend. There's no way I'm not going to do music with you. Like, come on now. But, and that shit was lasted like a day.
Right.
It was like the same day we had the conversation, we had a little heated argument. It was whatever like that. We came back, we hugged, and then
I mean, good friends can put that shit behind them.
yeah, and then ultimately it was one of those things to where, like, we had a mutual understanding. It's like, bro, you know, if I'm out of here, you out of here. If you out of here, I'm out of here.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you the first person I'm gonna call. I know I'm the first person you're gonna call.
Right.
So
If one of us rise, we all rise.
we all
And
rise.
that's
you know?
love, man. That's fucking love.
And then he always know I'm always here for you. You need help with anything. You need help with a song. You need help putting a fucking cover together for your fucking single. You need ideas. Fuck, you need help picking out beats, bro. I'm right with you every step of the way. And then I feel like after we start getting into the motion of doing these things, it reassured him more and put his mind at ease. And honestly, it helped him creatively as well, because I used to help him a lot with shit like that, because he was my boy, but he wasn't like the rapper like me. And then it came to the point where he transitioned, like, yo, I'm starting to like love this shit now, so I want to, you know what I'm saying? He's like disappear for like 2 weeks. He come back, he's like, hey bro, check this out. I'm like, check what out? We go in the studio. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Right.
I was like, you wrote that shit? He's like, hell yeah, I wrote this shit. I'm like, bro, what the, like, you know? So it wasn't something that we looked at, again, it's not something we looked at that was going to tear us apart. And at the beginning, from then to even to now that he's gone, it's like I always see that as something that was going to help both of us, you know what I mean? And shit, it fucking did.
Sounds like he almost like needed that little like push.
Yeah,
he grew because of it.
For sure. I can honestly agree, because it was one of those things that he did, and he surprised every fucking body. Like,
Well, and also, you know, healthy competition breeds that sort of innovation and creativity.
And I'm a healthy competitor too. I'm telling you, and that's what I was saying about me doing music. Like, again, like you said, I'm a happy going guy. Like, you know,
You seem like a happy guy.
But in the studio, bro,
Bully.
Watch out.
What?
Watch out.
I'm Mufasa in this motherfucker. You feel me? Like, yeah, for real. Like, it has been times I've been in sessions, and like my old manager Josh, we had this situation where we were in the studio with another artist he was working with, and it was like a 8-hour block I think he had, and he invited all the artists. It's like 6 of us to come, you know, work with him, do songs and shit like that. But he's just sitting down chilling. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is he doing, bro? I'm telling Josh, like, bro, really just chilling. Like, you know, if this was my session, bro, we'd be going, what? So, like, I'm just get tired of sitting there, and it's a producer there playing beats the whole time, you know what I'm saying? So he's, like, you know, doing the cool rapper thing, chilling with the chicks. I said, hey, bro, what you got in there? You know what I mean? I'm like, he's sitting around, he don't want to work. What you got in there? He going through beats. I'm like, hey, pull that one up. Start playing it. I'm like, bro, you like this? He like, yeah, that's dope. I'm like, all right, cool.
Let's move this shit along.
Yeah. And then, like, again, territorial. Again, fucking bully. Like, bro, this studio we're recording in, this is like my home. This is where we record all the time. So, like, before this happens, I have to foreshadow. So before this happens, I come in, I shake everybody's hands, kiss babies, give hugs, you know, whatever, boom. So then, like, I'm listening to what's going on. I roll a blunt, I get to smoking and shit. Everybody sitting down, like, I'm like, man, I lay on the floor.
I own this space.
I'm like, yo, like,
it's my house.
they're like, dude, why? I said, man, my exact words, man, this is my house, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is my shit.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody in there tweaked out. Like, they, like, laughing and shit. Like, bro, this Body Bagg is crazy. Like, so then, like, again, I'm tired of sitting around. Like, bro, we need to work. Let's do it. Do it, pull up, boom. I end up writing a song that day that I did not even get on. I just did the hook for the song, and it's like
Someone else did it.
It's 5 other artists on
Yeah.
it.
But it's the
But-
love of the music. You had to
yeah.
create.
But you pushed the work.
I
If,
pushed
if
the
you
work.
weren't there, they would have just
They've
hung
been
out
sitting
with them
around.
ladies.
And it was funny, too, because, like, my manager put me aside. He's like, hey, bro, let me come talk to you. Like, come smoke a cigarette with me. I'm like, bro, I'm a cigarette. I'm like, bro, just come outside. I'm like, cool. We go outside. He's like, bro, you gotta stop doing that. I'm like, doing what? He was like, bro, you come in and you take. I said, I didn't try to. I just came to work. I'm not about to. I drove all the way from fucking Lakewood, bro, to fucking North Hollywood. I didn't come here to fucking chill out and look at these guys.
Right.
I came to work.
Right.
Yeah,
It is
and
what
some
it
people
is.
don't understand that, because some people equate studio time with party time.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know?
not a party.
Yeah.
I came here to bite somebody's fucking head off. So who gonna be first?
Well, I want to hear you bite some more heads off. So what are we listening to next?
Yeah.
We can listen to the intro from the Boogeyman.
Intro.
The intro. All right.
Yes.
Anything you want to say before we play this track?
This is hands down one of, I would say, the favorite songs I've done. Excuse me. Only because, like, I was explaining to my boy last night. I said, bro, this is the one. Like, this is the song that I made to let them know that I know. Like, bro, I know, bro. Trust me. Like, this song is telling everybody I know, bro.
Okay, so everyone listen up. If you
you
didn't
know-
know
if you know, you
before,
know.
now you
Now you
know
know.
Fucking
that Body Bag knows.
I know.
All right?
I know.
He knows. All right, so ASAP, go ahead and roll the intro from the Boogeyman album.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, yo, wavy, where you at, nigga? Yes, sir.
Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed. Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed. 2 at a time, how we swapping them out. Ignoring back then, but I'm popular now. Niggas sneak this and I'm calling them out. Hold up, think I'm gon' call one right now. FaceTime your bitch when I'm dogging her out. You killing the pussy, she throwing the towel. Say you my op, then I'm playing you foul. From the land by the pool where you swim or you drown. Niggas was sleeping, I came with a banger. See him in public and act like a stranger. Got my shades on, I just tell him I'm faded. Wait, God bless me, I swear I'm his favorite. If you ain't talk about money, then save it. Sign the agreement, just send me my payment. Waited, I'm working, you swear that I'm slaving. Prove it with time that I'm one of the greatest. Got niggas mad cause I'm back in my carry-on. In the weed I smoke is very strong. They say my time is coming, it won't be too long. The way this bitch ringing, don't need a phone. Got niggas mad cause I'm back in my carry-on. In the weed I smoke is very strong. They say my time is coming, it won't be too long. The way this bitch ringing, don't need a phone. Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed. Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed. You ain't never seen nothing like me. In my rolling shit, bitch, I might be. The homie got a gun and them tight jeans. Plats in our hair and rock white tees. In our section where your wife be. Rubbing on my chest and say she like weed. Smack on her ass to give a light squeeze. If I tell her to, shit, she might leave. Nigga, come get it, you said that you want it. Jackie Chan, bitch, I ain't done with the stunning. Here ain't the club that I ain't smoke a blunt in. We came through the exit, you came through the front end. Before I leave, they gon' give me some money. That's why these niggas all look at me funny. Designer, they drippin', they still looking bummy. Pass the baton to chill out, let me run it. Got niggas mad cause I'm back in my carry-on. In the weed I smoke is very strong. They say my time is coming, it won't be too long. The way this bitch ringing, don't need a phone. Got niggas mad cause I'm back in my carry-on. In the weed I smoke is very strong. They say my time is coming, it won't be too long. The way this bitch ringing, don't need a phone. Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed. Body Bagg Jonez, bitch, I'm back on they neck. Fuck all these niggas with all disrespect. Something to say that shit with your chest. No competition, they know I'm the best. They know the deal when it comes to a check. Want the whole thing, I don't want nothing less. Do this on purpose, I might just confess that I'm giving them hell while I'm still getting blessed.
Yo, that went hard.
sir.
So, you know what? Body Bagg Jonez is here to say fuck him with all disrespect. And if you have something to say that shit with your
With
chest.
your motherfucking chest.
With your motherfucking chest. So, we talked about how, like, from a management perspective, sometimes a manager or a label will kind of put an artist out in a certain way. They have this whole catalog of tracks that show all different sides to them, but they want to portray a certain side because that they feel like that's the most commercial, that'll sell, whatever it is. Did management or a label ever get concerned with the idea of you doing everything freestyle? Because it's funny. We've talked to other artists about how, like, there's that sense of this is why they hired you for this gig, but then they don't want to let you do your thing. Right. So I wonder if there's kind of that aspect of, yeah, this guy is awesome, we love what he does, and then they have you under their label, under their control, and then it's like, yeah, maybe you should start writing some stuff because, you know what I mean? Like...
Thankfully, no. I've not experienced that situation. They more so love it than they
Yeah.
hate it.
They're
Okay,
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've had opportunities, like I said, to write for other artists and come up with concepts and stuff like that, and they love it because it amazes the other artists that I'm working with because they're like, bro, like for example, when I was with LMG, we had BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe. It's an old R&B group. I don't know if you're familiar. Poison. They sing the song Poison. That girl is poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were
They
at
actually
the.
played at the Forum.
They came to the compound and they wanted us to write a song for them and stuff like that. And they're like, we're all sitting in the studio, and it's me and another artist on the label at the time. So like they're playing the beat, and I'm just listening. I'm like, so then like one of the dudes, he's like.
So what's that guy doing?
Yeah, he said, bro, are you gonna pull out your phone? Or I'm like, nah, I don't need that. He's like, what? Nah, I don't need it. He's like, fuck out of here. I said, nah, I don't need it. I was like, give me a second. He's like, damn, cool, boom. Came up with the hook. I'm having the other dude, my boy Walter, I'm having him write all this shit, so boom.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
So
was
like he's writing everything so they can do it. So then it came time for me to do my part for the song. I tell him don't write nothing. I walk right in. Like my engineer, he's like telling me like, watch this. So like, boom, I knocked that shit out of the park, and they all sitting in the studio looking crazy, like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yeah.
no way that this dude just
That's Body Bagg.
body bag. Like, whoa, like yeah. So again, like I said, it's something that excites them more than worries them.
Hell yeah.
That's so dope.
That's
Yo,
awesome.
that intro song, like we gotta go like smoke a blunt in the car and like drive the PCH. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it
I'm
sounds like.
down.
That's what it sounds
Let's
like.
go.
For sure.
Just to backtrack a
for
little bit.
for sure.
That's why I hit my pen right.
Man,
I was like,
and
You know, it's
you
it's
got
funny.
it. That's kind of how I want you to feel. I want you to feel like that guy when you play
Yeah.
this song. I want you to feel just like I know. I want you to know that you know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you motherfuckers not gonna give it to me, but just know that I know.
yeah.
Oh, dude! Like this is the most puffed out chest he's ever been. Usually he's talking all
I don't know.
covert
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't know.
smoking
I don't
stuff,
know if you
and now
saw
he's
that.
like, yo, we're gonna smoke a blunt in the car, and we're gonna be listening to this. I'm like, okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't
Throwing it
know
down.
today, now you fucking
now you
know.
fucking
Now you
know.
fucking know.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Okay, so question: have you heard about anything with respect to Web3 NFTs? Has anyone kind of briefed you on what that whole new technology is about?
Lightly.
Like you walked into like what 20,000 variations of
Yeah,
stems.
that
Like
mind
what?
fucking blowing. What the fuck was that? I'm like, bro. I'm like 20,000.
20,000?
Are you serious right now? It's like an automatic generated, bro. What the
What?
Shit's crazy.
I need in on that shit, man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
It's
But
insane.
yeah, I'm slightly familiar with the space. Is something that I'm still trying to learn, only because I've seen so many new things come into play and they're not honed or tweaked right away.
Yeah.
And even in this space, NFT space, the fucking metaverse, all that shit. I understand how the game is still.
Oh yeah,
growing,
no, we're still in the very
still
early
figuring it out,
stages,
yeah.
and things are still being built.
And
Absolutely.
That's the interesting thing is like wondering from your perspective what it would need, and maybe we don't find all of that out in this conversation here today. But like as an artist, where you're like, I see things come and go, and they weren't quite tweaked properly. Like we have the opportunity to tweak this Web3 space
For sure.
and we're working with a great team.
I would say it's not only just from an artist standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, from a regular Joseph. I would feel like education, because it's such a fickle space. It's so complicated in a way that it's easy to get lost in the sauce, you know. So I feel like educating people more, finding more ways to educate people on this, I feel like it'll be something that will expand it widely, because you know, when anything started, people very skeptical about shit, and like, because they're like, oh, I don't know really how to operate in this, and then I don't want to lose stuff, and then, you know, self-educating is healthy, you know, it's a good thing, but there's nothing better than somebody who's well versed in this to come tell you like, hey, you know, this is how this works. Oh, what is a non-fungible token? Okay, well, it's this, you know, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, 'cause that's kind of like how I learned, like, you know, talking to people in crypto and stuff like that. And I still don't feel like I don't know enough, you know, like,
Right.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and actually something for some reason just definitely clicked with me about, like, you know, I have you watched any of The Office?
yes.
Okay,
I fucking love Steve
Fucking love
Carell.
The Office. Yeah. So there's an episode where Oscar is explaining something to Michael from a financial standpoint, and Michael's listening to it. He goes, "Okay, explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old." And then he goes, "Okay, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old." And but like really that is how you get people to really grasp a concept, is making it as simple as possible, obviously.
Very much so.
And yeah, I think that's a good point, to just like break some of this stuff down, even the stuff that you wouldn't think you would need to explain to get started with some of these things. And I think that I've looked past. It's like, start from the very beginning. Act like someone showing up to this place has never fucked with any of this stuff before,
Right.
and this is their introduction to that. And that's a very interesting perspective to take on that stuff. So
Totally.
that's
And
something we should think about.
Yeah, and it could be an aspect of our show and our YouTube channel in the future, is like a place for people to find education that is like dumbed down,
Yeah.
you know, to its like.
Because even like the
most
Web3 thing, like I didn't know what the fuck it was until I randomly went on like the crypto.com app. I was on the crypto app, and I'm like, you know, just studying, looking at this. I'm like, what the fuck is this Web3? It's just like a whole nother browser for like, and I'm like, bro, what the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
You know, and it's things like that. People, normal Joes like me, like, we need to know about. Okay, so how does
Totally.
Web3 work? Does it work like Safari or Google Chrome, or is it specifically for the crypto space and NFTs? Is it the next level in internet? Like what is it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
That's
that
it.
is the difficult thing also, is that there are so many aspects to what goes on in this space and the technology that comes with it, that it does become very difficult to explain. And like, you find yourself explaining one thing, and then it's like, oh, but actually for you to understand that, I also have to explain this.
Right.
And then like, you're 10 things down the rabbit hole,
they're
and
like,
you haven't
"Okay, you
explained
lost
the
me."
initial
Yeah.
thing yet. So yeah, that is the trick, is like finding it. But you know, I always go back to, like, people call this technology sort of almost the next iteration of the internet. Like, how the fuck did someone explain the internet before? You know,
Right.
before it existed, like, we found a way.
This thing that
so there's
connects
got
people,
there's
you
got to
know?
be a way to simplify this in a
That's
way
where
that
the
people can understand.
www comes from. It's the World Wide Web.
Right,
Like I
right.
say, it connects everything, and it makes things that much more accessible for you
Right.
at home as far
Holy
as research
crap.
purposes. and
www.
Yeah,
The World Wide Web.
That- yeah.
Holy crap.
That's
What,
what
you're-
it's-
this is
no,
the
no,
first
no,
time
I don't
you're
know.
hearing
I don't
this?
know, but
It
it
just made
is
sense.
it is like the most simple way of describing the internet.
Yeah.
Like, so what is the most simple way of describing Web3?
The
world. Yeah.
And at some point we will figure out what those words are, but for right now is the
I'll take it.
yeah. All right. Well, cool. This has been awesome. I want to open the floor up to anyone that wants to hop up and ask any questions or make any comments. So if you are out there and you're listening and you want to say anything to Body Bagg, this would be the opportunity. He's been gracious enough to give us his time. And then
I do have a question. How'd you get involved in the Cypress Hill show?
It's funny you said that, because I was going to speak on that before we got to the question. Big shout out, Bulletproof Love, and forever appreciation to Doll Machine. And we
Doll
have,
Machine.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we got a song together called Weirdo. It's doing pretty good. We just put the video out. It's
And
pretty
you
cool.
guys performed that at the show.
Yes, sir.
I was actually going to ask about her as well.
Yeah, that's the song I did when I came back on stage.
Yep.
I did the song Weirdo with her. We've been knowing each other for like a couple years now. I met her and Danny, her husband, like
Danny Klein. Oh, I didn't realize they were.
Yeah, so I met them through music. I found them on Instagram. I forgot it was some weird way, and like I heard some of this. I'm like, bro, this shit sounds great. Like, you know, started following them back. They liked my shit. I'm like, cool. And then Doll Machine came out to a show, and she seemed same shit you seen. You know,
Right.
she's like, bro, you fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like I really got to work. So I'm like, come. Like, look, I've been trying to get into that musical space anyway, so it'd be work out fine. She was like, yeah. So I think like months later, like almost a year later, she comes to me with the idea for Weirdo. And then I think in the last year we did the song. And then within this last year we did the song, and she was just fine tuning it and tweaked it, and then dropped it. We did the music video. But from there, we just developed a dope ass friendship. I want to call it a partnership because we're in this thing together now. But since we did the song, she's always been alley-ooping me opportunities. Like it's ridiculous. And at the time, I couldn't capitalize on a lot of them just due to work, whatever like that. And I kept telling her like, look, I really want to do this. I'm like, but the first chance I fucking get, light this bitch up. Trust me. And then, shit, the universe and God worked in my favor. She hit me like, yo, trying to open for Cypress Hill. I'm like, fuck yeah.
You're like, actually, God,
I'm not feeling
it. I'm calling off work. I'm telling, hey, babe, I gotta do this one, And and honestly, that was like a surreal moment for me too, as well, because she's been plugging me with some good looks before that I wasn't able to capitalize on, but that one for sure, like I was shocked when she asked me, to be honest, only because like I explained it was the girl there was interviewing the artist, and I was telling her, she's like, well, what made you pick the songs that you did or want to even do the show? And I'm like, the fact that you hear Body Bagg Jonez, and if you're familiar with my music and you're familiar with Cypress Hill music, those aren't two sounds you would necessarily put together.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, this is my time to stick out like a sore thumb. I'm about to,
hell yeah,
about to eat this shit the fuck up. So that's pretty much how it came about. Yeah, so
she's really cool, man. Her music is super interesting. Actually, she was the other person I spoke to about being on the show.
Yes.
And Danny.
Yes, and we actually have another song that we're working on very soon.
Do you go to her, I assume her and Danny's studio?
Yeah, I go to the studio,
Yeah, hell yeah. Danny sent me a picture. It was like, if I'm going to be on the show, you got to come to my studio. He's like, can you go, travel with your shit? I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'll bring all this stuff to you.
Because they actually have one, they have one in home, and then they have the big one in the garage. So, it's a very, I like going out there. It's like a creative space.
Yeah.
You feel like, I fucking feel like I'm with Mike Rubin, and Shangri-La when I go over there, seriously,
he's such an interesting man.
Yes.
He's very interesting.
Hip hop Santa Claus. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's I really want to have him on the show. And the thing that really inspired me about what Spin was doing that day, and that what I've been telling Dave over here, is like the next thing I think for us, because man, we meet so many amazing artists. We have so many people that have been local to Los Angeles. We have people that we've met in different parts of the world. But I think the next thing for us is events. Yeah. And getting opportunities for people to have shows, like our own little step and repeat. I was like, when I was there, I was like, holy shit, this is what I want to do. But I don't think I can do it at that scale.
Right.
But I think
you can do it, bro.
Man, we
maybe
we gotta start. We gotta start.
Yeah. And interesting enough, just my little sprinkle in it, with you guys being in the crypto space, that's another opportunity for you to intrigue artists as well, because the same thing you got going on is bro, you come perform, you give them a link for their people, their fans to purchase a ticket, and then when they purchase a ticket, they get a unique NFT from buying.
Yeah, we've definitely talked in the past about how to bring people
you do
from
get it.
Yeah, you do.
Totally. I get it. I get it.
He's quick.
But only saying that to say that's something that I haven't seen before,
right.
And I feel like that's something that you guys would be absolutely great at.
So in terms of making this into a career and making money off of your music, that's why a lot of people have moved into the NFT spaces, because they've seen this opportunity to say okay, if I have even just a couple thousand like diehard fans, that's enough to be able to make a living doing this thing
True
if
core
they
fans.
continue
Yes.
Like
to purchase
true.
my music.
Yes.
Now, in terms of you making a career out of this, doing it, the traditional way, so to speak, where have you seen the most revenue come from? Is it from streams? Is it from live performance? And also, like, how do you even sell your albums now? Is it through iTunes or because
Yeah, I
nobody's
wanna
selling
say,
hard copy anything,
yeah,
right?
Right now, streams is it for me. I haven't been doing too many live shows lately, only because now I do expect compensation if I do come perform.
Right.
You're not doing the whole like pay to play thing.
No,
which is
I didn't
insane.
play it enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
like no, bro. Like I know what I'm capable of. I know my worth, my value. Like
Which is such an insane thing in the music space is like pay to play. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay you to come.
like no,
Like what?
no.
No.
No, no. If I gotta pay you to come touch your stage, bro, then
That's
Something's
insane.
wrong.
something's
insane.
wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and it's even now to where like I feel the same thing that I spoke about with the whole NFT thing, the whole team. It's the same thing with like artists and performing and stuff like that. Like, bro, you got to start opening up the doors for people to come in and perform well in this space, and that comes with working with people. You know what I'm saying? Come in a way, like I say, like if you can't give me money up front, there's still a way for us to make money. Like I can sell tickets. We can
Right.
split the
Piece of the door.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit like that. And I feel like that's one part that a lot of, I want to say promoters, because that's who obviously putting the shows together, like they overlook that part. Like, yeah, I get it. This dude might not be the biggest guy in LA, or they might not be the biggest guy in fucking Burbank, but if you hand this motherfucker 50 tickets, I guarantee they'll sell them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They know 50 people. Shit, 20 people in their family probably fuck with this. You know, that's
Right.
20 tickets going right now. You know
And
what
I mean, a
Right.
lot of these clubs out here, like comedy clubs and shit in LA, you have to have like a 2-drink minimum, right? So if you made it a 1-drink minimum for all of those people, that now means that there's sales at the bar. So the front is happy. It's like
Exactly.
And this is what the thing is like there is a problem here, right? So there needs to be a solution.
Very much so.
And like
that's what this
that's-
Web3 thing is
yep.
trying to fix.
and
Yes,
that's
sure.
where there needs to be a problem in order for it to work. So like we just have to figure out, and from a artist perspective, like what is the best way for that to work, and that can be like I'm saying, like an ongoing thought and an ongoing conversation. But
Well,
like,
yeah, I think part of it with sort of like making it more simple for people to understand is making it easier for a new artist to adopt the new technology. So
Right.
like, sure, it's great if you can explain something to someone in a way that they can wrap their head around it. But if I'm someone that actually wants to, try to see a
use it.
profit off of this, and I've never done this shit before, I have to be able to easily like, okay, these are the steps. I go here, I do this, and then this
Right.
happens, and I can do that.
right, this is where I collect my
Right.
money.
Right.
Yeah.
And
this
honestly,
is how I turn it back
that's
into
why I'm on the path that I'm on now. Like, although I do music right now, my biggest thing is trying to figure out the shit outside of the music, because I have friends that are artists as well too, extremely good artists, you know what I mean? But it's just the space that we in right now. It's hard for people to get a break because again, like it's pay to play or you're not this popping, so they're not gonna fuck with you. Just that I'm like, bro, that shit is whack as fuck to me. You know what I mean? Like, cause there's no way that talented people should be suppressed. You know what I mean?
Right.
At all. And especially in music, music is universal. You know what I mean? This shit is gonna be around even when we're gone. So don't act like, oh, it's just a confined space. Like, no, bro. Like, one of the main examples that I've heard from like an older cat when I was kind of discouraged with doing music, because I'm like, man, this shit not clicking the way I wanted to. And he was like, bro, you go grocery shopping, right? I'm like, yeah, I go grocery. Of course, who fucking does? I'm a grown ass man. He's like, yeah. He's like, how many different brands of bread do you see in the bread aisle? I'm like, it's a fucking million. He was like, yeah, and people buy all kinds. I'm like, yeah, like the same thing as with fucking music.
Right.
Just because you rap doesn't mean that you have to not shine on light on somebody else who raps because you feel like they're gonna take it. Like, nah, bro, Wonder Bread is still on the same shelf as Bimbo,
Right.
and fucking Wheat Harvest. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's
But
knocking anybody.
what we need to do is knock down the walls so that everyone's not buying the same fucking loaf.
Exactly. And that's what's happening right now.
Because
and
there's a million different varieties, but people gravitate towards like those one or two
because of what
brands
they
because
see
those
on
are
TV.
what are in your
Exactly.
face.
Yeah.
And then
You
that's
know?
why we're in this era where we're kind of like not happy with the music we're getting.
Right.
Because they keep trying to pump us with the same shit. It's like, bro, if I eat chicken every day, I don't want chicken.
Well,
I don't want chicken anymore. Give me some beef.
That's
Do you
also
got
a
some
really
shrimp?
that's also a really interesting point though, because you hear so much nowadays, and I've said it before that like there's like not a lot of great music, but then like we've had so many people on our show that prove otherwise.
Yeah,
and it's like
and that
the
we
great
would've
music
never heard that.
exists.
We would've
It's
never
just
heard that.
not being put in front of you, and that's fucked up.
fucked up.
That's part of also what we're trying to change in terms of just exposure. That's one of our big goals too, is shining a light on some of these people that might not have otherwise had that opportunity.
Well, it's crazy you say that because I've always been that person. Like I tell people all the time, like, bro, just put me in front of people and I guarantee you, watch what happens. Like,
Right.
I've always been that guy. Like, I think what year was that? 2021, I believe it was 2021. Bro, I did like 50 shows in 1 year. Dead ass serious. Like every show that you want to put me, put me on it. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care if it's 10 people there, 10,000. Put me on stage, bro, and I'm gonna rock this motherfucker. And that's kind of like how I built my rapport with people who call themselves fans to me, or even
You put in your 10,000 hours.
put my 10,000 out.
Hell yeah.
bro. And I was really doing that shit like damn near every weekend, fucking even to during the week. Sometimes I'm doing like 3 shows a week, 2-3 shows a week. Like I'm just knocking shit out. Like fuck it, why not? Because if Instagram, social media is only gonna take you so far, even with paid promotion and shit like that. But if you're not in front of people, if they can't feel you, if they can't really resonate with what the fuck you really got going on, what's the point? You know? So
Absolutely.
and that's another thing I feel too. Like you're saying, like you don't know how much good music is out there until it's in front of you.
Right.
But when you fucking blackballing and you casting out people who don't have 500,000 followers or 25,000 followers, bro, you miss out on a lot of that good fucking music.
Yeah,
You
wait, in this space we call that token gating.
Yeah,
And-
token gating. I
Yeah.
like that.
And that's essentially, you know,
I'm
it's-
using that.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers is token gating out here. Right? Well, some bullshit, man.
Some fucking bullshit.
Bullshit, man.
All right, I want to hear one more song off of Boogeyman, and let's use that to transition us into a jam session. Yeah, sound good?
Sure. All right. What's your schedule like? What kind of time you got?
What time is it?
We've been going for like an hour and.
Yeah, I got like another hour.
All right, cool.
Cool.
So, excellent. We're gonna do a little jam session here. Let me go ahead and reset the room once because I haven't really done that, and then we'll rock into that song and roll into a jam session. Thank you everyone for being here. We are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, aka Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved.
Get involved.
Yeah. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming with artists, chatting it up with them about music, life, and NFTs. Today, we've had Wine Bags in with us talking about his new project that you should definitely go and check out. We're going to go ahead and retweet that for you. And we've had Body Bagg Jonez, who has been a fascinating guest, awesome music. Everything you hear that he records is off the dome, which is very impressive.
So dope.
Very fucking cool. We've been listening to some tracks off of his album, The Boogeyman. And what would you like to hear next?
Okay, we're gonna go left a little bit.
Okay.
Play Unmatched.
Oh,
This-
that's actually what's playing right now. I'm gonna have to rewind.
Yes, please. This song right here, this is one of my most surprising songs. This is a song that I played for one of my boys, and he hasn't looked at me the same since I made the song. He's like, bro, I gotta look at you different now. You're not just a normal rapper guy anymore. Like, you're really him. Like, you're an artist now. I was like, thanks. Man.
You
And it's
know.
a fucking love song. Yeah, I know.
You know.
You heard the first song. I know.
He knows.
But this is Unmatched, featuring my boy Sean Carson and Doughboy.
All right. Let's check it out. ASAP. Run it.
I ain't never felt like this before. Yeah. Look.
You come alive when the lights low. Yeah, turn on some music, start the night show. Hey, my life is one hell of a ride, babe. Ain't no telling how far this might go. Hey, your emotion, baby, don't fight those. I kiss your neck and make your eyes close. Hand up your dress and make your eyes roll. The things about your body I know. Like when I grab your neck and grip that. My face is your favorite place to sit there. Shit, I give you time to snatch your soul, girl. Yeah, two things that you can never get back. And when I'm done, you say you did that. Girl, I ain't show you all of my tricks yet. She never knew that big dogs lick cats. Girl, work you out and give you a six-pack. Yeah.
Cause you're the only one that I breathe for. Me wanna take a bullet and I bleed for. Change your last name, get on a knee for. Go to the beach, pick up the shells, up off the seashore. You're the only one that I bleed for, yeah. Take a bullet and I bleed for, yeah. Change your last name, get on a knee for, yeah. Cause your love is a match, babe. I need the whole thing on strings attached, baby. I know we ain't perfect, but we the perfect match, baby. Heard your heart stressed, I can help it relax, baby. That's all facts, no cap, baby. Cause your love is a match, baby. I need the whole thing on strings attached, baby. I know we ain't perfect, but we the perfect match, baby. We the perfect match, baby. Heard your heart stressed, I can help it relax, baby. That's all facts, no cap, baby. No cap, baby.
Yeah. Check you out, should I see you, baby? The mother bitches wanna be you, baby. That real loyalty, I need that on a daily. The type of pussy drive a nigga crazy. Own house, LLC, no kids, own money, no dummy. See shit for what it is, real bitch, ladylike, never twerking. On the ground, a boss said us turn a nigga to a man, I'm saying.
Me wanna take a bullet and I bleed for. Change your last name, get on a knee for. Go to the beach, pick up the shells, up off the seashore. You're the only one that I bleed for, yeah. Take a bullet and I bleed for, yeah. Change your last name, get on a knee for, yeah. Cause your love is a match, babe. I need the whole thing on strings attached, baby. I know we ain't perfect, but we the perfect match, baby. Heard your heart stressed, I can help it relax, baby. That's all facts, no cap, baby. Cause your love is a match, baby. I need the whole thing on strings attached, baby. I know we ain't perfect, but we the perfect match, baby. We the perfect match, baby. Heard your heart stressed, I can help it relax, baby. That's all facts, no cap, baby. Cause your love is a match, baby. I need the whole thing on strings attached, baby. I know we ain't perfect, but we the perfect match, baby. Heard your heart stressed, I can help it relax, baby. That's all facts, no cap, baby.
All right. So you were telling me
so
that
good.
you wrote the hook for that as well.
Yeah, the hook and the bridge for that song.
And then that you were kind of something you were kind of alluding to was that you were telling the engineer how to arrange the song.
Yes.
In the studio, and I feel like it's something we've spoken to artists about in the past when you talked about kind of teaching yourself the language of the music and the music creation process, that empowers you to be able to articulate some of those things then to an engineer and say, okay, I understand structure and how this should go, and like this is where this should be, and that makes sense. And then you're speaking from a place of authority.
For sure. So,
Yeah.
And like I was saying, like I really was like, no man, I want to go off on this motherfucker. Like he was trying to, like he was struggling with it. I wouldn't say struggling, but he was trying to figure out. I'm like, no bro, go off. I need you to give me that shit from your ear. And then he was like, boom, he was doing
I want to feel the passion come
to
through.
feel that shit, yeah. And then from there, once he laid his vocals, because it was like 4 different sessions we did that song. I think the first session we did, I was coming up with the concept of the song. It was like towards the end of my session, so I didn't really record anything. And then the next session is when I laid down the hook and, well, the reference for the hook, and I did my verse. And then I had my boy come in and do his verse. And then I had a separate session with Sean and had him do his. Actually, it was 5 sessions. Damn. Because I had a mixing session. So after Sean.
5 sessions for one song?
For one song, yeah.
Wow.
Like, I would say like 4 1/4. Because the first one was just me hearing the beat and was going through it. And then I went home. I came up with the concept.
And that's not normal for one of your songs, right? This was more sessions than you would usually put in, or is that normal?
No,
Like
that's
five sessions for one song.
Well, it depends on the song. You know, I would say that.
Okay.
And like with that one, I had multiple people on it, and then I caught the beat at the end of my session. So that's the reason why I took so many. And then I have a mixing session after all of that, because then I guess I have to structure the song now. Now I'm like, okay, this sounds good. Okay, cool. Let's do this on the beat here so we can hear more.
And do I mean, it's all about the working relationship and what you've established. But does your engineer or have engineers you worked with in the past ever be like, hey, listen, man, like I let you do your thing, let me do mine?
A couple. Yeah. But that's why I like working with who I work with, because they understand me. Because one of the engineers again, my boy Jolly, he's the one who helped teach me. He taught me some of this shit.
So you look at him like, this is your fault.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then I had another engineer, Flashy. Me and him, we had our time, but he later got like, oh, okay, he's one of those. Like he know, he's aware. You know what I'm saying? And then, but that go both ways, because I also still continuously learn from them. You know what I mean? I might structure a song this or that, but then they been doing this much longer, and they're actually engineers, so their ears are wired to hear shit that I can't hear.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to the ego and how much that's going to get in the way of the process, right? Because like, if I'm an engineer and I'm good at what I do, if you've got a great idea and I can execute on that idea, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's going to be even more exciting to me when it comes out great.
Man.
I don't need for it to be my idea.
No.
Let's make something awesome.
And then now it's to the point to where, again, like you said, when it comes to engineers, I completely drop my ego, because again, I understand how this shit work. I understand music. I know that I'm the lyricist. I'm the one composing this shit, but you're actually putting the sounds together. So you're gonna hear something that I'm not gonna hear. You know what I mean? You're used to sitting here, and literally your job is to listen to what is being input. So when I'm telling you, okay, I want to structure the song like this, but I'll probably leave it at that, and you can go back and do like edit, sound manipulations, and distort some vocals. And most they'll do is like, do you like how this sound, or do you like how this sound, or I had this. I'm like, oh shit, but it's like, I didn't hear that when I was fucking recording it. Like, how the fuck did you do that? So shit like that is what helped me.
And that's also another
growing,
really
keep
cool
learning.
thing about like just creative process in general, regardless of whether it's music or film or whatever, that like when you have multiple hands on a project and you see what the next person brings to it, that's always so exciting. And sometimes it's stuff that you never imagined. And I work with the other Dave over here, ASAP, on a lot of film stuff, and we'll go out and shoot, and we'll have all of this footage, and sometimes I'll be like, man, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna be doing with this footage, because like I look at the footage and I'm like, oh, like I just don't see it, like we had a clear idea going in, but like I don't know that we got what we needed. And then he runs off and edits, right, and then comes back with something. I'm just
Mind
like,
blowing.
what the how did you see that? how did you see that? Like the diamond in the rough, you know, like through the sandstorm.
Very true.
He saw the pond of water. I don't understand.
I don't understand, and you get it. I don't understand either. I'm like, bro, when the fuck did you hear that? Like,
right. Yeah.
Like, dude, I had an engineer that I worked with once. I did 3 songs with him. It was this is when I was moving around. I needed a studio to work at, so I found one. It was out here. If I'm not mistaken, I think Burbank or Torrance. I can't really remember, but dude, he worked so fast and so well. I'm in the fucking studio spinning like, bro, what the fuck did you just do that? Like while I'm recording, like, bro, while I'm recording, I'm he's fucking mixing it. He boom, put an effect. Like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck, in real time. So by the time I'm done with the song, he does like minor shit.
Yeah, it's like I'm almost done with the mix. Like,
what
the fuck? I just finished the song. I just spit my last lyric. How are you done?
It's fucking done. I'm like, bro, this is amazing. Like, how, like, and again, these are the things that I can say personally that excite me when it comes to music. I love learning new shit. Like, in music, like, you have no idea. Like, that shit just fucking warms my fucking soul. Like, bro, because I'm like, ooh, now I can add this to my shit. Like, you won't even know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It levels
like,
you up. It forces you to.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then shit, you know, like I was saying, music is universal. It's gonna stand, you know what I'm saying, through time. Like, when we gone, this shit's still gonna be here. It's gonna keep evolving. It's gonna keep changing, you know, and shit. That's what being an artist, like, you know, that's what make it fun. Cause like, shit, that means that I can keep evolving, I can keep changing, I can keep growing. Like, shit.
Yeah, and you know, there's as the saying goes, knowledge is power, and the more that you learn, the more you empower yourself to do other things. So
For
you know,
sure.
like we've talked about in the past, that you know, you learn how to do lighting for a film set, let's say, then you don't necessarily need to rely on the lighting department if you're trying to throw up a smaller project yourself and just run and gun it. And you know, whatever that is in the creative process, like, you know, with respect to music, the more you learn about engineering, if you have your own setup, you don't need an engineer. You don't have to wait on someone to say, hey, you know what, yeah, I would love to edit your shit, but I actually have like 3 other artists that I'm working on right now, but I'll get to you. Okay, you can get to me, but I'm gonna get to myself right
Facts, because that's 2 of my homies right now. They used to be with me all those fucking 3-4 day fucking studio sessions I had in LMG, bro. They'd be right there with me, sitting behind my engineer, and they're like, bro, what did you do right there? How'd you do that? Then they go back home and they start doing this shit themselves. To now there's a point where like they record themselves at home. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy. It may sound like I've took something that Wayne said, like, and I feel like, bro, that's me to the core. Like, bro, my job is to rap, and I've always felt like my job is to rap and put lyrics together. That's it. My job is not to mix this motherfucker. My job is not to make the beat. But I mean, that shit look cool, and it would be nice to, you know, kind of have a piece of that skill set. But I always felt like, no, my job. This is my role in this. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be the best at playing my role, because I might have someone next to me who can fulfill this other role better than I can. You know why? Because they have the time and the focus to hone in on this role.
And I definitely see both sides of it, because I had that argument too, dude. Like, I came in, when I came out here, I just wanted to be an actor. And a buddy of mine, he was always someone that was saying to me, like, listen, we got to be able to do this, this, and this, and we should learn this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I see the value in all that shit, but man, I want to be an actor. And I was like, I want to act, and like, that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to lean into, and I want to get better at that by doing more of that. And like, you know, I give respect to the people that understand these other crafts, because that's what they do, and we should be able to lean on them to do their thing. But he's like, yeah, but like, then you have to rely on those people, and I see, you know, I see both sides of it. It's a process,
right? But you know what? It's nothing better than a team, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's
well,
how
nothing better than a good team.
A good team, a great team, you know. But that comes with anything, you know. That's like saying you want to run a Fortune 500 company all by yourself. You can't. It's impossible, bro.
Yeah.
It's an infrastructure that comes with this shit. And you have to. It's part of going through it. You know, you got to go through it to find the people who have the right pieces for this infrastructure, bro, and run with it.
Right.
Why not do that by focusing on your role in
right? Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. You know what I mean?
Right.
Conquer your lane, because Now, once you conquer your lane, people in a part of your team in other lanes can observe what a strong role player in that lane looks like. So when they go branch off and go work with other people, they're like, okay, bro, I've seen this motherfucker who's do this. You're not doing that, and that helps them be better. And
the bar has been raised.
It's vice versa. That's why, like I said, I don't want to be an engineer. I don't want to be a producer, but I like to sit there and learn and watch it. So if I do go branch off to somebody else, I'm at another studio with another engineer. I'm like, hey, bro, can you did we were on the EQ and this, and he go look at me crazy. What the fuck? How do you know that? Like, yeah, bro, so my other engineer does. Well, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
That again, that helps you. Because then
it helps you sniff out the bullshit too. It's like, hey, this guy said he knew what he was doing, but he doesn't even know what EQ is. Like, well,
same thing with you and acting. Like, if you're a fucking great actor, you're a dude who's behind the camera. He knows what great fucking acting looks like, and there might be an emotion or a scene or something that he wants somebody to do that they don't know how to really do it. And you're like, hey, bro, look, this is my bro. I have a, he does, and you're like, damn, and it might work for them. You know what I mean? It's just it's putting tools on your tool belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You might be the guy who always used the hammer, but shit, you know how to use a drill.
And that is something that I've learned from the team aspect of things is that, like, we also sort of bring out things in each other that we might not have, realized were there too. So like, oh yeah, from a, you talk about almost directing in that sense, right? Like, try this or do that, and it's like, I didn't even know I had that inside of me. It just took someone to say, like, tweak it like this or try doing that. You know what I mean? It's like,
press
holy
that
shit.
button.
It's like, wait, what?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, all of a sudden the eyes go wide, the light bulb's like, what? It sounds like ASAP's cooking up something in the background over here.
It's kind of spooky over here, man. Boogeyman's in the house.
Okay, I see what you did right there.
Yeah, I do feel some haunted house vibes.
Yeah, I went with like a D minor because I just felt like that was like a.
Because you know.
Because you know.
Because I know.
Oh yeah. See, I gotta be part of my merch now. I know.
Oh, he's stepping into the boogeyman vibe.
Yeah, that's it. I know. That's all. That's all I was gonna say. I know.
He knows.
I know that you know. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah. Stand on that.
We'll have to take one of the mics and plug it in there. Is this like in a vein that you could do something over?
Hell yeah, I can rap to anything, bro. I used to practice freestyling to Britney Spears. People don't know that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
was there a song in particular or just anything?
No, anything shit? Like on the radio, like one of the older cats on my block, him and his brother was in the band and they do beats and stuff like that. So I used to tell him, like, man, I can rap, man. You feel me? Like, this was like when I was like 17. Like, now I'm rapping now. Remember, I told you I made my boy at school, so I'm getting busy. So he like, man, like, show me something. Like, I can rap anything, bro. I said, man, if I put on 102.7, put on the pop music. So like, this is boy band era, early 2000s. So it's like Britney Spears, NSYNC,
Backstreet Boys, and
all that shit coming on the radio.
Yeah.
I'm cooking that shit. He like, bro, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I told you thought it was a game. Don't fuck around, bro.
See, and that would be fucking cool to have like a whole album of like odd tracks like that, like odd mix-ups that you'd never, like unexpected tracks.
Okay, like I'm gonna fuck your head up right now. Okay, I wanted to do a dubstep mixtape before dubstep got popular.
Why the fuck didn't you?
Because nobody wanted to make that shit for me. And everybody looked at me fucking crazy, and it was crazy because then, like, I'm really telling the homies, like, bro, this is the shit. Right. Heavy bass, like, it's so easy to incorporate hip-hop in this shit because it has so many
didn't see your vision.
They didn't see it, and 2 years later, fucking Waka Flocka came out with a fucking dubstep song.
And they're all looking at you like, oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, like, bro, no fucking way. Like, yeah, even like, no lie, like the whole like Wiz Khalifa thing. Like, my boys to this day, they still feel like that's the one pain. Like, they like, bro, what the fuck? We should have just fucking pushed you crazy with that. Cause same laugh, same build, tall. You feel me? Boom, I had the fro like that. But I'm in Long Beach though. I have no idea. Like,
yeah,
I don't know who the fuck this guy is. You feel me like that? Like, and then we had heard Kush's Orange Juice. That's when we first fucking like seen him, heard Kush's Orange Juice, and then they like, bro, this is fucking you. Like, what the fuck? I said, bro. Like, he said, bro, the same shit he's fucking doing, the same type of beats is like you wanted to do that shit, and they like, bro, we all looked at you crazy for that shit. Like we all like shunned
And
you
you're
for
like,
it.
yeah, you did,
yeah, you dickhead.
motherfuckers.
But it's okay.
But it's okay.
That's why I know now. You feel me? I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
All right, what do we need in order to move to this setup?
Let me see your cable. What cable you got? Just hold your mic. So give him that to talk into, and I'm gonna take your microphone
Okay.
and make
Oh,
this
when I
the
reach the
recording
table.
mic. Yeah.
There we go.
And then you can talk to him like this.
Oh, we about to jam.
Yep, we are. So
Okay.
ASAP's gonna go ahead and plug this other microphone into the computer so we can get this recording going. And then
And
we're
if
just
you
gonna
have
have
any,
you do your
any
thing.
notes on the beat, Mufasa, you just let me fucking know. I will
Mufasa.
I will
We good.
Ouija board all over the place.
good
I-
right
you-
here.
you
We good
fucking
right
let
here.
me know, dude.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm. You already fucking know.
He's
Yeah,
honed
you
in.
know.
He's
Yeah,
honed
see,
in.
look, got my boy Dave over here turned right now.
He
You
brought
know?
out something in him, definitely today.
Hey, you know, and it's funny because that's what really made me like appreciate the interaction I had with him. Because like again, like bro, I didn't even know this fucking guy. We walking like, bro, what's up, bro? What the fuck? And bro, he's like, bro, you got good energy. I'm like, man, thank you too, bro. Boom. We on stage, and really him and the other camera guy, no lie, they was giving, man, bro, it was giving me life, bro. I can hold you, like we point at each other, but I feel like I was performing for them, like damn, aside, like I can see, all I see his teeth behind the camera, like ooh, like shit, like goddamn, like, and then just going outside and seeing him again, and he really was in a rush, like he was literally running when he see me, he stopped, he said, dude, oh shit. Body Bagg Jonez, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, bro, what the fuck? And what really got me, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I will never forget this. And I've been telling people this story since I've been telling them. I tell people the story how I met him ever since I told them about the Cyber Hill show. No bullshit.
No shit.
I say, bro did something to me when he told me, he said, bro, I've heard a lot of artists perform. He was like, but listen, he said, I fucking got chills, bro. He said, has anybody ever told you that before? I said, fuck no. So you giving me chills right now. The fuck, like, that's crazy. He said, nah, bro. He said, hearing you and feeling your energy, seeing you, he was like, bro.
Well, you know, I've yet to come up with a good nickname for it. For lack of a better term, I would call him this like divine golden fishing rod. That I put him out into the world, and he just finds us the best artists, and it always happens like that, where he connects with people naturally on this like ethereal level.
He's like the Raiden of the rap world, bro. That's what the music world. That's what it is. You know, Raiden goes and finds all the best fighters from Mortal Kombat.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, but dude, like that wasn't bullshit. That was fucking for real. You know, when I was standing outside, I was like, I've seen a lot of artists, man. I've seen a lot of like trash. You know, like I work at a concert venue, and I see like people open for major, you know, touring fucking shows, and like it's not the same. You know, so like there's diamonds in the rough, man, and it's like it's interesting when you see them, and it's like I was telling him a while ago, I was like, I'm like Matt Damon from fucking Air, like from like the Air Jordan movie.
I'm going to find Jordan.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm going to fucking find you, Jordan, wherever you are.
Yeah. And like whatever like happened in here right now, like I don't know how I made this beat right now. Like I could barely like hear over y'all talking. You know what I'm saying? Like I made this while you guys were talking.
That's that shit.
And it was just
right
like
there.
feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
I like it.
Like
I like this a lot.
So-
This is actually pretty fucking. Yeah. And it didn't take you long to make it. How about that? That was another thing. I picked up on that.
Yeah, he's actually gotten a lot better at cooking up beats, which is really cool. I've mentioned this on the show that we've seen a clear progression of like, you know, in terms of putting in that time. Not every show, but most shows we sit here and we do a jam session. So he's gotten better and better at just doing that thing, and that's just about putting in that time.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. This one.
but you
Hell
can
yeah.
kind of hear it. You can still kind of hear it.
No, and if I'm not mistaken, did you change the beat? Because I was like, it sounded like it was something else at first, and then he changed it.
Something happened. I don't know what was
I was like, I was over here, but I'm like, while I'm talking to you, I'm listening. I'm like, damn, okay. And then I'm like, it changed out of dude. It went somewhere else. I'm like, I don't know.
He definitely tweaked it, and it definitely sounds better in my opinion now. Because there was definitely like one or two notes that was like, okay, like that might be slightly off, and now it like just works.
That's like, okay, now okay. This isn't what I heard the first time. He obviously did something there. Okay, I like it.
Are you still tweaking over there, or are you ready for Body Bagg to hop up?
Let me just copy and paste this into a good old 16, you know?
Yeah. All right, so this is what's going to happen here. So you have in your left hand there the mic that you're going to be using to record. If you want to be able to hear yourself in your headphones, you would hold this microphone as well, because this goes into the headphones, that goes into the system.
Yeah.
Or you could just do that, yeah.
And like we'll just do a test for now. Hopefully we can hear everything in the recording.
Yeah, we should probably turn our mics off though while he does that, right? So it doesn't pick up that residual, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, we're just not gonna talk. We'll be good.
Okay.
Let's just do a little test, man.
Hello. testing. Testies. 1, 2, 3. You hear me? Yeah. Testing. Testies. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there it is.
And you're able to turn that way up if you need to.
Yeah. Come on, man. Boogeyman. I know. Look, I said, class in session, come and learn you a damn lesson. In the block with my grapes, that's a jam session. Put me in a corner if you want to. See what happened when a man feel trapped, when that man feel strapped. One hand used, when that man clap. I into certain all the violence, but I can't get violent if I don't smoke a little violet. If you a lame ass nigga, be quiet. And me and my boys just cause a riot. Came in through the exit, not the entrance. Say you wanna sign me, I need interest. Baby girl, eye me, she show interest. Boy, is that your sister? Boy, that's incest. We been there. Okay, enough of the playing around. Niggas wanna play with these sounds, don't got drums with it. Shit, you dumb kid. What is you on, boy? No, what is you off, nigga? You hit this one time, I know you gon' cough, niggas. I got a little homie say, I don't wanna call you off, niggas. And that's the way that we do it. Everything be fluid. Ain't no HTO. Bobby Boucher hit the line and they know. Hey, it's pure pain. Give me the rain. California don't got none. No sister, boy, we just got son. I looked at D like my boy, we got one. Yeah. All the wins over here and they got none. If it's a lame in the room, point him out when you spot one. Boy thought it was a one-on-one till his ass got jumped. Man, you say you wanna eat and got dinner, but you got lunch. Couple dollars in pocket ain't got much. Take my time with it, move too fast and he got rushed. Every shot I make, that shit clutch. Where the time, let that dude crunch. Slow it down cause I be talking too fast. High as a motherfucker talking that gas. Look like the future and they talking the past. She look me dead in my eyes and I'm focused on ass, yeah. Get it mixed up. I'd rather see it in the backseat, crack the window, kick my kicks up. Say you moving work but you don't flip much. You a bad gymnast. I'm a great hymnist. I just made that raid up. I don't think that it exists. Boy, I went from 8 to a 10. Yeah, my girl went from an 8 to a 10. Oh man.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking bro.
That was a little something.
Bro. We love having live things just happen like that in the studio, dude.
Having fun.
Dude, I love the laughing in it. It's so cool. Like it's so good.
Well, and that is very. Oh, I don't know. Is this one? There we go. That is very reminiscent of Wiz Khalifa's stuff. You're right. Like he's laughing all over his tracks and that. and a little bit of Jay-Z in there too. So yeah, no, that's all clear on there. I love that. But yeah, you were kind of talking about referring to the process that you mentioned on the show of recording, where you were doing things freestyle, kind of 4 bars at a time, and you would go and do those, run it back, see if you want to change anything, whatever. And it reminded me of I don't know if you have ever seen, because you mentioned Lil Wayne, his documentary that they came out with probably like 10 years ago at this point. But it shows some of his process, and it's like that very similar thing of like he has some device that he's able to rewind it back over those things and like just re-record a word here and there if he needs to, but like he does everything off the dome that same way. It's dope.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's pretty much that, you know. Like I know dudes who probably could just go on forever, like, but me, I like to, even though I'm not writing anything, I still like to put some thought into it. You know what I mean? And I don't really like to rush my music as well. I mean, I could do a verse fast, 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like cool, but that 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking. It's going to be a lot of pieces I put together. I might go back and change something. I might take something out. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that.
In reality, it's almost like that space between writing and freestyling that you're living in, where it's like it is a freestyle, but you're also taking that time to like put that writing into it and make sure that it comes out exactly the way you want it to.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly it. Because again, like I've done it like that before. Like I just ran through a track. Like I don't really like it because. One, especially when you freestyling, it's easy to go off subject, go off track, you know. So I like to stay focused, stay on pocket. Like if we talking about cars, I'm gonna make this whole thing about cars. You know, so we can talk about pens. Make sure I stay on point about pens. You know what I'm saying? That was a bar right there. Stay on point, like, you feel me? But it's just that's how I pretty much break the shit down. Because, you know what I mean? Again, I know what I'm doing. And although I'm doing it this way, I don't want to make it sound like that in a way, if that makes sense too.
Yeah, no, that does make sense, and I feel like it also opens you up to other opportunities, right? Because it's like, okay, I put down these 4, they were off the dome, and like you could just leave it at that, but like then you might hear it and say like, well, wait, if I just flip this, that could be a really cool turn of phrase, and like I didn't think of that in the moment, but the opportunity is there. Like, why not embrace that?
Boy, is that your sister? Very true, because I've actually had instances where I'm like 12 bars in, and then like I hear a line like the 7th bar, I'm like, bro, that'll fit better in the 4th, and if I move the 5th one down to the 8th, and like I'm doing this, and they look at me, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, yeah, bro, I had to switch it. I took this one, I put it right here, I put this one right there. And they're like, bro, what the fuck is going on? But again, that's kind of like in between the space of like writing and freestyling, because it's like, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm saying. But now that I've said all of this shit, I'm like, okay, this would definitely sound better here, and this would sound better here. And we could just push this shit down. I'm like, okay, start it over. And I lay that shit there like, bro.
Well, and then in that moment, I feel like what you're describing, they're also looking at you like that, because again, this is another process that it sounds like you're doing in your head, and they're like, you're not writing shit down. Like, where did this dude come from? He's just like,
yeah. And honestly, yes, because I am doing it in my head. Because again, bro, it's time. Like, the next time I record this, I want you guys to come and say, yeah, I gotta see. I'm like, bro, I'm in there. I turn the lights off. You know, I'm pacing back and forth, boom, boom, boom. And it be times like I hear it, I'll be listening to it, I got headphones on, come out, like, let me hit the beat. I'll go back in. I'm like, okay. And like, bro, what the fuck did you just do? Like, you walked back about 4 times. I heard you mumble, and then you came out here, hit the weed, and then you talked, cracked the joke, and then went inside, and then you just did this shit different from the way you just did it. I'm like, yeah, like, cause the whole time fucking wheels is spinning right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know, and I feel like that's the beauty of it too, because again, it's like an element of surprise. You know, like you never know what the fuck you're gonna get. Cause again, I might go lay a whole fucking verse, and then the way you heard it might not sound the same way it is when you hear it when it's finally fucking done. Like,
all right, ready? Trip out on this. So you talk about being amazed at this idea of like the 20,000 variations that are AI generated. That's your brain, bro, and that's what it is for most people looking at you. Like, you have all of this shit floating around in there, and you never know what variation is gonna come out. You don't even necessarily know, but that AI generated brain of yours computes that shit out, and pop, we got another track.
NOHTO, Bobby Boucher,
Hit the line and ain't no.
Mind blown. I never, like, wow.
You don't got none.
Damn, that is very fucking true.
No,
that is.
We just got son.
Damn, that is true. That is crazy. I'm a walking AI. Like, seriously, like, bro, what the fuck? And it's funny too, cause
all the wins over here.
I always wondered, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is wrong with my brain sometimes? Like, bro, how the fuck am I, like, how am I doing this shit, bro? Maybe it's the ADHD or something, I don't know, but it's like, bro, that shit is wild as fuck. Damn.
That to me just sounds like that quote, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. Because shit.
Hey, if you wrong, I don't want to be right. What the fuck? Because that just fucked me up. Like, damn, that is true. Like, and it's crazy because that is how my fucking brain works. It really does work like that. That is amazing. Because I change things from like words to lines to my voice. Like,
well, and even when you're talking about, like, you know, this might, you lay it down and then you're like, this might sound better over here, that might sound better over there. Both work. And that's the AI generation of different variations, bro. It's right there.
Fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's mind blowing, bro, right there. What the fuck? Damn. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, what the, man, see, look, now you just up my game a little bit now. Yeah, next one, I'm a walking AI. I'm about to start using it. Like, bro, what variation do you want? I have 5 right now for you. Don't worry about it. You'll hear them when they're done.
See, you thought you were already walking in the studio all hard when you had the boogeyman. Right. Now you're the walking AI. Shit, everybody move out the fucking way. Everybody move out the way.
I got too much going on, man. It's a lot. You see what happens? See what's going on? Oh, man, look, walking AI, man, it's terrible. Yeah, see, like, I got 5 names now. It's ridiculous. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? Like, it depends on what space you meet me in. I guess that's where we're gonna leave it at that.
I think we're gonna have to the same thing that you did with LMK. LMK. Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with some sort of an acronym and just mash all that shit together, like Captain Body Bagg. Fucking Boogie, yeah.
The 1-on-1 till his ass got jumped.
Yo. Captain Body Boogie AI is wild. Like, what? Captain Body Boogie AI. That is my name. Nice to meet you. So, fuck with it. You feel me? I know. You know bro, I just hope that whoever is listening to this and everybody watching, take that and run with it. Because if nobody knows, you fucking know. You know what I mean? And I take that as like a saying for self-confidence too, you know, because again, like, that comes with me being confident in doing what I do. Because I wasn't as confident at first. Like, I used to hate the way my fucking voice sounded when I rap. I didn't had no voice animation at all. Like, I sounded monotone all the fucking time. It used to sound like I'm reading when I rap. Like, all kind of shit. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at right now, but I always told myself, like, I know I'm good, bro. I know I'm one of the best. I know I'm one of the hottest. I know I have potential to be one of the greatest motherfuckers to do this shit. Like, I know.
And you know, that's the difference between, like, you know, you can have all the talent in the world, but you have to actually love something and be willing to push forward. And some of the greatest people you see at anything, right? They didn't necessarily start out at the greatest. I was talking recently about someone like Michael Jordan. He definitely had innate talent, but that dude was playing and practicing and working out every fucking chance he got and made himself one of the greatest players ever. And it's one of those things that, like, yeah, you know, like, even Howard Stern, who I fucking love Howard Stern, in my opinion, greatest interviewer of all time, and the reason that I feel like I've gotten some sort of a knack for this interviewing thing is because of how much I've listened to him. But if you listen to his early stuff, he hates the way his voice sounded when he started off too, and he had that same feeling of, like, I know. He knew that he was the greatest, and he always said, I am the king of all media. That was a self-proclaimed title, and he went out there and he had this very, like, high-pitched voice, and now it's, like, settled and it's super deep as he's gotten older, and he's settled into this position to where, like, he's found that thing within him to be able to show you the best version of that. But it took time to cultivate that and to get to that point. But he wasn't afraid to go through that transition of like, okay, this may not be the way that I want to sound ultimately, but I know that one day I will. So I have the balls to like, you know, and the vulnerabilities to put myself out there in this moment so that I can get to that moment.
That you hit the nail right on the head with that. Like, do not be afraid, y'all. Don't be afraid. And us as human beings, naturally, shit is scary when it's different, or when it starts getting too good, or, you know what I mean? Or, you know, if you, like, learning something, it's gonna be frustrating. Like, trust me, anything, like, bro, just because you're the greatest, just because people are the greatest at something, doesn't mean they've never been frustrated with it. You know what I'm saying? There have been times that fucking Kobe been mad because he's like, fuck, I can't get this fucking jump shot to work. I just shot 50 of these bitches. I only made 28. I need to be at least to be able to make 40, 45 to fuck all 50. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take you to, again, not be afraid to fail, should we say. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to go through those trials and errors. Everything is not going to work the first time. You might be that lucky motherfucker and shit might just strike the first time. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to you. But on a broad scale, it is going to take work. It is going to take some, bro, what? When you was a baby, you just didn't know how to walk right off the fucking back. Now you fail. You know what I'm saying? You bumped yourself. Even when you didn't know how to walk, you're still falling. You're still clumsy and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it takes you to keep falling. It takes you to keep bumping into shit for you to get that shit down.
And it's particularly funny that you used that analogy, because what kept ringing in my ear just now was I love movie quotes. So I was thinking of in Dark Knight, he keeps saying to him, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up again. And there's something to that. You gotta fall to be able to learn that shit. And you have to be willing to fail in order to become stronger as you build yourself back up. It's just part of the process. ASAP, do you want to play where we're at, and maybe we'll go ahead and wrap up this session with that? Yeah? Do you feel good about that? All right, cool. So why don't you hold off on that, and I'll kind of close us up over here. You'll play that, and we'll be on our merry way. Yeah? Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for being with us today. We really appreciate all of you that stayed with us, and maybe you're hearing this on the replay. Thanks for tapping in to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, wherever you're coming from. We appreciate you listening and being here. Tell your friends if you enjoyed the show. We'd love to have more listeners and more people listening to these wonderful artists' music, because that's part of our mission too, is to get this music out there, to give more exposure to these artists. So definitely share that with other people. But we really appreciate you tuning in today. We also really appreciate Body Bagg Jonez coming into the studio today, aka the Boogeyman, aka the Captain, aka AI Brain. Man, he's got all sorts of fucking shit coming off the dome. But Body Bagg is fucking awesome. We really appreciate him being in the studio today. It was truly an honor. We threw down a really cool track that ASAP was plugging away in the background, making a beat, and then Body Bagg did his thing and just threw it down. So we're gonna let you guys hear a little bit of that right now as we play ourselves out. I'll give Body Bagg an opportunity to say goodbye here, because we're having a little microphone handoff game here because one of the microphones went down. But we just again really appreciate you, and this has been awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you guys for sure. I definitely enjoyed myself. I had fun. This is definitely a time. Appreciate everybody out there listening. Again, I was a big shout out to Doll Machine for sure, because this shit wouldn't be possible without you. Go stream me everywhere, on all platforms. We just put the Weirdo video out. I just put out a video for a track I got called Crazy off the Boogeyman project. And if you do just happen to follow me on social media, I would say preferably Instagram. It's Body BODY Bagg BAGG Jonez JONEZ. I have a show on the 16th at the Garden Amp. So yeah.
Hell yeah, we should go.
You can go to gardenamp.com. It's the Pookie and Friends event, or you can go on my page, connect with me, and I'll get you right.
Hell yeah, dude.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
we're gonna look into that
that
for
I met
sure.
you, bro. And I appreciate you making the trek out here to my kitchen and not passing too much judgment when I was like, it's a cool podcast, but it's in my kitchen. And you're like, dude, I don't fucking care. Like,
oh man, man, look, started from the bottom, now we're here. You know what I mean? Like, it's again, that goes back to the conversation we was having. You know what I mean? You gotta think about it like this. How many people want to be doing what you're doing, but then that's the setback in their mind, like, oh, I got to do it in my kitchen.
I can't do it.
Like, nah. And it's funny you said that, right? Before I let you go, okay. One of my favorite people on social media, Straw Hat Goofy. He's a movie review guy, and this kind of is reminiscent of like his start. He started out in his small 1-bedroom apartment doing movie reviews in his fucking kitchen. And he got to the point where he was able to quit his fucking job and he moved to a bigger place. And now he has like a space where he can record. He still records at home. He doesn't have a major studio, but he has a nice setup in a nice home now.
Right.
And now he gets to do, now even beyond that, he gets to do this shit on red carpets now. Now he's on red carpets doing fucking movie reviews and getting invited to secret screen and shit like that. So again, like, if you gotta start in your kitchen, start in your fucking kitchen, bro. Even if you record in your bathroom, if you have to, fuck it.
Listen, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, those guys started in garages, all right? So there's nothing wrong with starting in the kitchen. And it's funny because you actually just told our story. We started in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden we had this, like, gorgeous big space with all this nice equipment.
We got houses,
we're doing red carpet events. You're actually, you know, that's foreshadowing, baby.
You know, I was actually thinking that
just give me a call if y'all got a +1. That's all I'm saying. It's like, call me. Like, hey, man, we going. Like, I'll be there.
I mean, no, this clip is gonna be like the shout out clip to put back to it.
And actually, no. That reminds me in terms of you know, getting together, doing things, whatever. You said we should come to the studio when you record, which we'd absolutely love to do that. But beyond just being there as normal viewers, and beyond this guy just being a masterful video editor, he's also a fantastic video shooter. And you saw him doing some of that over at Spin, and he does some amazing stuff in terms of BTS. So we should definitely come out to the studio. He should bring his camera, and we'll do a whole BTS shoot with you doing your thing, which I'm sure would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny, one of the conversations we had was about, he was telling me he's a videographer, and I'm just like, bro, shit, let's do some work. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's kind of how the podcast conversation came up, because he's like, bro, I'm a videographer who shoots your shit. I'm like, bro, I don't really have a videographer. I don't know it's just my shit. Like, gotta fuck with him. Like, And he's like, oh, bro, you should come to the podcast. I'm like, fuck yeah, like, let's do it.
Yeah, man. And I think it's like there's it's just awesome to create in the vein of like love what you're doing, and I just want to continue to do that. I've been lucky to do that pre-COVID professionally, and like now post-COVID, and like it's getting a little difficult, you know, but it's like I need to not give up. And like, man, you inspire me, bro. And like, you know, it's been a huge honor to have you come out, man.
Hell yeah, it's been awesome. And yeah, I think it's time to give Body Bagg his Saturday back. Give the rest of this audience some of their Saturday back.
Totally.
Let's go ahead and play this track that we just put together with Body Bagg on it, and ASAP.
I would like to listen to it with clear ears, because like I didn't really, you know.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know,
it's a scratch track. Right. Yeah. So thank you, Body Bagg, again. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. We love you very much. We will hopefully see you next Saturday when we will have Violetta Zeroni, who we were supposed to have in the past. We had a little scheduling mix-up, and now she's coming back, baby. Back. So we're going to have the Queen of Web3 on our show next week, and let's go. So tune in for that, and hopefully we'll see you there.
And there is a thing I wanted to touch on very briefly, was to say, like, there's some really great people in the music Web3 space that I think, you know, we're not proficient in, but they are.
Yeah,
so
we got to get him
We could
connected.
like talk to these people to give that like step-by-step education.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Wine Bags being one of them, who he stuck around for a majority of the show. So like, I think we need to put you all in touch.
Hey, Wine
like,
Bags, holla at your boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a big bag out here. Let's go grab it.
Yeah, 2 bags,
you know what I'm saying?
one day.
Yeah, exactly. You know, bro, what duffel bags? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, heavy cargo. You know, for real.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's go ahead and run this track that we put together, and y'all have a beautiful weekend, beautiful week, and we'll see you next time.
Much love.
Sapo Studios out.
Baby girl, I mean, she showed interest. Boy, is that your sister? Boy, that's incest. We've been there. Okay,
enough of the playing around. Niggas wanna play with these sounds, don't got drums with it. Shit, you dumb kid. What did you want, boy? No, what is you off, nigga? You hit this one time, I know you gon' cough, niggas. I got a little homie say, I don't wanna call you off, niggas. And that's the way that we do it. Everything be fluid. Ain't no HTO. Bobby Boucher hit the line and ain't no. Hey, it's pure pain. Give me the rain. California don't got none. Hey, man, no sister, boy, we just got son. Hey, I looked at D like my boy, we got one. Yeah. All the wins over here and they got none. If it's a lame in the room, point him out when you spot one. Boy thought it was a one-on-one till his ass got jumped. Man, you say you wanna eat and got dinner, but you got lunch. Couple dollars in pocket, ain't got much. Take my time with it, move too fast, and he got rushed. Every shot I make, that shit clutch. Where the time, let that dude crunch. Man, slow it down cause I be talking too fast. High as a motherfucker talking that gas. I look like the future and they talking the past. She look me dead in my eyes and I'm focused on ass, yeah. Get it mixed up. I'd rather sit in the backseat, crack the window, kick my kicks up. Say you moving work but you don't flip much. You a bad gymnast. I'm a great hymnist. I just made that raid up, I don't think that it exists. Boy, I went from 8 to a 10. Yeah, my girl went from an 8 to a 10. Baby girl eye me, she show interest. Boy, is that your sister? Boy, that's incest. Yeah, we been there. Look, okay, enough of the playing around. Niggas wanna play with these sounds, don't got drums with it. Shit, you dumb kid. What did you want, boy? No, what is you off, nigga? You hit this one time, I know you gon' cough, niggas. I got a little homie say, I don't wanna call you off, niggas. And that's the way that we do it. Everything be fluid. Ain't no HTO. Bobby Boucher hit the line and ain't no. Hey, it's pure pain. Give me the rain. California don't got none. Hey, man, no sister, boy, we just got son. Hey, I looked at D like my boy, we got one. Yeah. All the wins over here and they got none. If it's a lame in the room, point him out when you spot one. Boy thought it was a one-on-one till his ass got jumped. Man, you say you wanna eat and got dinner, but you got lunch. Couple dollars in pocket, ain't got much. Take my time with it, move too fast, and he got rushed. Every shot I make, that shit clutch. Where the time, let that dude crunch. Man, slow it down cause I be talking too fast. High as a motherfucker talking that gas. I look like the future and they talking the past. She look me dead in my eyes and I'm focused on ass, yeah. Get it mixed up. I'd rather sit in the backseat, crack the window, kick my kicks up.